So Erik Lesser after 3 shoots in front, so we'll keep a careful eye on Erik Lesser. 31.04 at that stage, only 17 seconds up on FOURCADE. FOURCADE, of course, had missed a target at that stage, so I still don't think that Lesser is going to threaten the Frenchman who went clear on the last shoot. Now, BJOENTEGAARD, he's had a good performance. Is he going to end up the top Norwegian today? Svenssen's produced a good run.
Well, Svensson, BJOENTEGAARD is chasing him down, and he's, well, we'll see the split here.
Yeah, he's some 20 seconds or so, 25 seconds behind Svensson as he goes past Lee Jackson.
Now, Lee Jackson certainly has been racing with the Norwegians on roller skis throughout the summer and able to get right up in there in the top 10 from a huge field of roller ski biathletes. But Jacko in the background losing a lot of time at the top of that hill. You've got to push over the top. And taking the corner wide, taking the wider line.
Yeah, Jacko looking a little heavy in the legs at that stage, understandable. KAUPPINEN, one of only 2 men to have shot clear so far. And his time, is he going to be within 2 minutes of the leaders? He should be. World Cup points, certainly. It's a question of how many he's going to pick up today. And it's a while since we've seen the Finns shooting well and skiing okay.
It's a long time, Patrick, and yes, with the finance disappearing out of Finnish biathlon and the clubs are still there, and this is great news for the whole team, especially being able to hit 20 out of 20.
Hayatalahti, one of the best marksmen. We saw him feature heavily in 1991, winning World Championship medals in 91. We've mentioned before, when they win, the whole team get a boost because they are very much a close-knit team. Now, BJOENTEGAARD, 112, 5th position at the moment. It's tight. It's very, very tight. He should be able to stay ahead of ANEV. Question is, can he move up a position? He's after USTYUGOV, and he had to make up 10 seconds in the last 1,500 meters to beat USTYUGOV, but USTYUGOV was very strong over the last lap, and I think that's unlikely. 51.35. We're looking at a time of just under 52 minutes.
Beautiful balance on his skis, especially on that the slightly icy corner now. He just made it look so easy.
Beautifully fluent technique. BJOENTEGAARD, the second of these two. Suman finishes. BJOENTEGAARD, hands aloft, 5th position. Brilliant result for the youngster. Erik Lesser of Germany, 6 seconds off the leader at the moment, but bear in mind he was some 12 seconds ahead of Martin FRA at the last split point, which is as he came out of the range after the 3rd shoot. So he's lost 15 to 20 seconds so far on the penultimate lap, and I don't think he can threaten FRA, but he can still challenge for a top 3 position. Simon Eder, another of a very strong Austrian team, 220 off the pace, 18 hits out of 20. I guess he'll be happy enough with that.
I think he will. 13th position, a number of the Austrians up there at the upper part of the pack, and shooting so well. Of course, LANDERTINGER only missing 1, Eder missing 2.
Jay Häkkinen finishing for USA just ahead of KAUPPINEN, and KAUPPINEN in the end down in 8th position, but he certainly wouldn't have been dreaming about that last night, so he'll be delighted with that, and let's hope that that's the start of a series of good results for the Finns.
Well done to KAUPPINEN, and hopefully this will give the Finnish team some inspiration. They do need to lift their performance to get the funding. It's a vicious circle, isn't it, to make them better. Just looking at, we've seen an awful lot of good shooting, Patrick, but Zdeněk Vítek, Czech Republic, he's missed 10-50% of his targets. A bad day for him. Russell Courier, the American, he's missed 8. Indrek Tubrelutz, he's missed 9. Windisch from Italy, he's missed 6 targets. And Magnus Jonsson, he trains on this range so much, but he's missed 8 targets today.
Windisch with 1 miss. Same shooting record as the current leader, Martin FRA. just behind him.
And after some 48 minutes of racing at this point, the legs are absolutely exhausted, carrying almost a 4-kilo rifle high up on your shoulders. And the terrain, they're climbing over 640 meters of terrain today from start to finish.
Well, unusually, they've got 2 days off because the women race tomorrow and no one races on Friday. And then we have the sprints and the pursuits on Saturday and Sunday. Everyone looking forward to that, particularly the pursuits on the Sunday. The first head-to-head racing of the season, if you ignore the mixed relay the other day. But by the end of this weekend, we will have a very good idea of who's going to be leading the World Cup as we go into Christmas. So, Lesser coming in for shoot number 4. He's still some 10 seconds outside FOURCADE, but remember, FOURCADE was both quick and accurate on his last shoot. Where's your money?
This is pretty good. Now, let me just have a look at this. He's not feeling any of the pressure. He's built his foot platform very comfortably. He's not rushing at the moment.
He needs 5 to make the podium.
He just moved his bib, his race bib up to get more support from the elbow onto the hip. I think he can do it.
This is the hard one. Great shooting,
beautiful.
Great shooting. Kirchner delighted, and so he should be. What a way to start the season. A clean sheet, and now he heads out of the stadium hoping to hold on to, well, he may, what's his time? He's on 41.44, 3.9 outside Martin FOURCADE. He surely won't catch the Frenchman, but certainly second place is very, very realistic. Landertinger's the man who sits in second at the moment for Austria. Svenssen's in danger of being pushed off the podium, which he won't like, but FOURCADE still looks pretty relaxed and confident that he did enough.
He does, but can Erik Lesser, now he's gone out of that range, there's nothing to lose. He's got 4 kilometers ahead of him. Can he have the best 4 kilometers of his life to knock FOURCADE off the high spot? It's unlikely, and he'll be getting all the support on the track telling him exactly how much he's closing by or losing by.
Windisch has shot well, and that earns him 10th place at the moment. 1:45 down. It's very, very tight. Welcome back to Oestersund. Here is Makaviev, and one of the best Russians, and certainly a man who favours the individual discipline, but 17 hits out of 20. He'll probably be thinking of it the other way around. 3 misses, and for him, that's not good enough. And the spirits seem to have gone out. Martin FOURCADE still hanging around the stadium, waiting to see whether Erik Lesser can challenge him. I don't think he thinks he can, but Lesser has shot brilliantly. This is a question of his state of mind, isn't it, Mike? Is he going to attack FOURCADE, or is he going to defend second place?
It's going to be tight either way with... well, with Landertinger only, 14 seconds behind FOURCADE, I think he'll be attacking. He will only be attacking the win. And that's the mindset that he needs to take. I loved his mindset on the final stand. He didn't stress. He made sure he was comfortable before anything happened. Just showing the control he had for the final. 5 seconds now.
Garanichev started slowly with those 2 misses on the first stand. There was a little bit of wind earlier on. The wind has eased, as you can see from the flags around the stadium. That's been advantageous, but the snow has got a fraction slower because we've had a fair bit of snowfall throughout the race. It's not falling heavily, but it's been falling consistently throughout the race. So really everything played into Martin FOURCADE's hands. Good fast conditions, and just saw the back of the stronger wind early on. And there he is, sitting pretty at the top of the table. 41.41, the leading time. Lesser, this is after the 4th shoot, incidentally, 3.9 behind. So Lesser's got something like 8 seconds in hand over Dominik Landertinger. I think realistically that's the battle that we should be interested in, because Landertinger did put in a lot of effort on his final 4 kilometers. We'll try and get you a split point on the way round.
And of course, Landertinger had missed one target. It's a little bit too much, but certainly the ski pace is good for another very good season from Lee Jackson.
Friedrich. Pinter moving well.
And only 5 seconds off the pace, so Pinter really can turn this around as well. He's still got a stand shoot to give on his third lap, so coming in for his final shoot now, this could change everything with a fast shoot, but Pinter doesn't normally shoot that fast.
Looking tired into the soft snow on the outside of the turn. Nice long glide into the stadium, and with the conditions as they are today, this particular range will be a lot easier than Antolz is after Christmas. Just bringing the pulse down to a manageable level and preparing the mind as much as the body for this final shoot. Landertinger currently sitting in a podium position. Are we going to see Pinter join him? Number 93.
So coming into the range, Pinter is actually up on Martin FOURCADE's time, because it was MORAVEC leading the race into this point.
Well, there goes his challenge. Now it's a question of defending a top 5. Good finish, but he will be one frustrated man when he has a look at the result sheet tonight, and I guess he'll know exactly what he did wrong. Oh, Erik Lesser now 15 seconds behind, and if he'd tumbled there, that would have dropped to 30 seconds behind Martin FOURCADE. So the Frenchman is safe, but it's very, very tight between Lesser and Landertinger, who finished the race some 14, 15, 16 seconds down on Martin FOURCADE.
Well, Lesser has lost 10 seconds to FOURCADE from the range to the high point, and well, indicating that maybe he's made a charge for it, but running out of steam right now. This is good from Hidori Isa, Japanese, strong and disciplined on the range. It's a very, very good performance, likely to make what, top 30.
Congratulations to Hidori Isa. He's in the World Cup points at the moment. He might be denied. Lesser, a little look over his shoulder to see who is challenging. I think third place is now what he's after. Landertinger was quick over the last 4Ks, there's no doubt about that. And now Lesser finds himself 4 seconds adrift of the Austrian. We'll keep an eye on it. 50.05 was what he was after. The gap is growing. So 50.13. And he's safe as far as a top 3 is concerned at the moment. Svensson already in the finish, too far adrift. The only thing that can go wrong for Lesser is he takes a fall on the final corner, which is coming up now.
Well, this is the day of Lesser's life. It's a great performance. And for the 20 perfect shots, only, what, 2 in the field have managed to achieve that to date. 2 out of the best 100 in the world. I think that just shows how difficult it is to do.
Yeah, he's looking at a finish time of around 51 minutes, 3 to 4 seconds. And as you can see, Svensson on 51.21 is going to be pushed down into 4th place. A brilliant start to the season for Erik Lesser. Mark Kirchner looking delighted, and 20 out of 20, just the way to start the season, to give yourself an immense amount of confidence every single time you come to the range. But you have to take advantage of that sort of race, because it only takes a couple of bad results to turn that confidence around. But Martin FOURCADE is full of confidence. He takes the win here in Oestersund.